When Democrats took control of the New York State Senate in the 2018 elections, it was a turning point for the New York City PBA and its fiery leader, Pat Lynch.
USA! USA!
It's led to Lynch and the PBA endorsing President Trump.
Mr. President, today it's an honor for me to stand at this podium and be the voice for 24,000 New York City police officers.
And Lynch speaking in prime time at the Republican National Convention, condemning the state of affairs for police.
Our hands are tied.
Much different from just 2 years ago.
Police unions, and through their political representation in Albany and their friends in the state Senate, when it was controlled by Republicans, was able to block each and every measure of trying to reform them.
Recent PBA lobbying, advertising, and campaign donations don't appear to have had any impact as a package of reforms passed the legislature in June. According to filings with the State Board of Elections, the union has donated at least $29,000 to state senators for the 2019-2020 election cycle. Another $15,050 to assembly members. Only 2 of the 16 senators receiving funds are Republicans.
That money is now flowing again to the Democratic Party because they're in the majority right now. They control the agenda up in Albany.
Through early August in the 2019-2020 cycle, the PBA gave nothing to the Republican Senate Campaign Committee and gave $6,000 to the Democrats. As for the Assembly, just 3 of 21 members receiving PBA donations are Republicans.
Those types of reform are going to be here to stay, and they're going to be here to stay.
Police have to live with that.
And we're at a place now where the public is saying to many organized unions, we need you to become part of the solution in helping us to create some of these reforms.
They don't sit at the table when we discuss policy and procedures.
Terrence Monahan is the NYPD's top uniformed cop, the chief of department.
We always listen to the PBA. I have an open line to them. I speak with Patty Lynch all the time. So we have an open communication, but no, they don't get to help determine the policies.
Race-conscious protests could mean the PBA also may have to be concerned about its composition. The city's Civilian Complaint Review Board says 51% of NYPD officers are white and 15% are black. The city's population is more than 24% black. Retired NYPD Inspector Steve Nasta says diversity is important for both police and communities.
People feel a little more comfortable when they see their representative.
The 27-member PBA leadership board includes 3 black members and 1 woman. 17% of the force is female.
I think it really is important that the leadership is diversified. I think it would be better for the PBA.
But he points out union leaders are elected. Members get the leaders they choose. So where does all of this leave the PBA?
The Democrats have walked away from us. They have walked away from police officers.
I imagine there will be a certainly less receptive audience amongst Democrats in the legislature than there was by Senate Republicans to police unions and their agenda.
They still have influence, I believe.
And the PBA faces a crucial question as cops face more transparency in the effort to win the public trust.
How did they change their negative perception, but at the same time supporting the men and women who are paying their dues for membership? They have a responsibility too. This is not a time for stubbornness. This is not a time for us to constantly be in conflict with each other.
Now, we requested an interview with PBA President Pat Lynch. We did not get a response. We sent a couple of very important questions to the PBA spokesperson. We also did not hear back from them.